Hello and welcome. This is a 1 week energy report for November 8th till the 15th. And today is the 8th. We are right in the middle of transition day. And I really love this day. Usually a lot of stuff happens no matter where you look. And it took me a couple of years to actually really get into it because I noticed right off that it can be very agitating. And as soon as I dealt with that, I could really dig in. So, if you're having a little bit of an agitating day, it's possible you're being asked to deal with a number of things that are pushing you towards a shift. Okay, so transition day. Maybe something new has to happen. Maybe you need to start a new thing, try a new thing, or put some energy towards something possibly unexpected, which, it's 2020, so that makes sense, right? There's a little bit more with this. Tomorrow is going to be kind of like a recovery day because there's been so much going on today, energetically and probably physically, depending on what you have going on. Tomorrow, you want to let it be a little bit of a recovery day. Maybe make some notes or something, because I know there's a tendency to want to kind of work with what you've learned right away. But I would recommend, especially if you're energy sensitive and you're working with the ascension path right now, that you let there be an unknown amount of time for recovery. You might not want to do that, but it might naturally happen too. So maybe notice if you're forced, if you are really not into that idea, check in and see if something causes you to just slow down for a little bit, because sometimes that's all you really need. And a force doesn't necessarily mean bad. Has a tendency to be, though, because of perspective. Okay. So as soon as we get through all of that, we end up in one of those longer phases, and this longer phase is going to be a clearing phase. And here's the thing. These Faern Phases is not astrology, especially if you looked at last week. I tried to explain a little bit more about that. And there's a lot of stuff going on with ascension. The big broad umbrella of ascension is happening even if you're not paying attention. There's a lot of clearing happening. This is extremely intentional. All over the place, you'll notice there's clearing of emotion, anger, frustration, anxiety. Some people are clearing in a really positive way, like exercising more and eating better. Some people are throwing their anger out, possibly in a religious way. Just saying, I've seen a bunch of that online. And there's a lot of kind of push and pull. And I believe that this might be a protection method against confusion, which most people seem to still look at as a bad thing. And if you've been around for a while, you know that I am firm on confusion. Excuse me. Important message. I am firm on confusion being the space for expansion. But you have to be able to deal with being there, which has a tendency to be the issue, which is why people try to protect themselves from these changes, because they didn't ask for the changes. Yeah, we need to rearrange that a little bit. Okay. That phase, the clearing, brings us right into dark moon. And when I come back next week, that's where we'll be, or we'll be right after. So dark moon, no light on either side, no light leaving, no light coming. This is a pause day. And if you are experiencing a lot of clearing, and the collective is also clearing, this pause day might turn out to be a little rough. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I'm just saying it might be so introspective, so much soul speaking out that we need to hear, that it's almost as if you'll hear everyone's at the same time if you're energy sensitive. Now, I don't mean that you will Okay, you're not hearing other people's thoughts. But the energy of that is going to really engage us. There will be a recovery day right after that also, and that will still be new moon. So depending on how you deal with that yourself, just watch out for that. You might need some extra time there. Okay, there was something else I was going to say. Oh, okay. As far as the ascension path is concerned, there are some dates coming up, and obviously the 1111 portal has been a thing for many years now. But there's also a date that I've seen only one person really bring up, and she happens to be the person that has been the most accurate for me, and that date is the 17th. So consider it this way: on the 11th, we're given extra space, which means more energy, but also I believe that there will be kind of a sense of order. Now, new, look, 1111. Okay, new sense of order. So I know I personally really want a sense of order. Now, I'm wondering, is that because of the way I thought it used to be or the way it should be? And I feel like I've brought myself around that bend enough times to know that we're about to get some kind of a checkpoint, and we will highly benefit from paying attention to that. This isn't supposed to be any kind of a premonition. I just know that when these dates fall in the within our phases, which is what I pay attention to, which is the collective energy, the collective consciousness energy, and how it moves and how it affects the energy sensitive people, person, you, me. Yeah, okay. So those dates happen to fall on important dates in the phase calendar. I've never said it like that. I don't know if I like that. We'll see if that comes up again. And I just want you to see that, first of all, 11/11 is coming up this week. Okay. Check out what happens for you. Okay. I believe that there's going to be more space for our personal work, whatever that means to you. For some of us, it's going to be movement space. For some of us, it's going to be actualization. For some of us, it's going to be starting something. Who knows where you are? We're all in different places. It also depends on which thing you pay attention to, because I have something in all of those categories, which is why I mentioned it. Now, I believe that between the 11th and the 17th, which falls in the falls into the following week, there is going to be, it's probably going to be a little energetically bumpy, but we've been given enough information at this point that we know how to work with it. Okay. I would say that in that time frame is a really good time to kind of solidify any questions you have about what's going on, not in terms of how it's affecting other people, but how it's affecting your life, what you can do with it, and what you're not yet doing. So what can you add, in that time to help shift you into the next energy sequence that we're going to go through. Okay? More about that next week, because I feel like as though that information is just coming in now. Okay? Let me say okay one more time. Okay. I hope you have a wonderful week, and please let me know if you have any questions. I want to see them in the comments. And like I asked last week, please share these videos. I feel like this can be very helpful for a lot of people. Okay. Thank you. Oh, one more thing. If you're a yoga practitioner, and you are consistent in your practice and you have inversions in your practice, in the next 2 months, work on those. I just had to tell you. I'm doing it too. Although I've been working on it for a while, there's something with the way our energy works, and turning upside down right now is going to be beneficial. If you're a newer practitioner, down dog, dolphin, okay? Fine. You don't need to be complicated about this, okay? All I'm saying is upside down. And if you have any kind of neck injuries or anything like that, please don't do anything insane. I mean, be real about this and your body and your situation. I don't know you, okay? Okay. Thank you again. Bye.